Scott.
Adam, how are you, sir?
Um, Hello, mate. How are you, sir? You good?
All right, doing great, man. How are you?
Good. All good. Yeah, just chilling out. Just been doing lots of interviews, which is wonderful for us. Meeting wonderful people like yourselves and having a chat about music, which is all cool. So yeah, whereabouts are you based?
I'm just outside of Chicago.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
and you are in Spain, right?
Yeah, I'm in a place called Javia. The best way of describing it, we're on the west coast of Spain. If you know where Ibiza is, the Balearic Islands,
Okay.
literally you go straight across the mainland and we're there. It's just there. So
You know
yeah.
what? Spain is just so beautiful. I went there about 4 years ago. We did a
Okay.
tour of Toledo and Sevilla and Cordoba.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The thing is with Spain is that like a lot of people say like even like the Brits like myself we'll go away on holiday, we'll go and visit, we'll go to Greece or go to Portugal, or and everyone goes, well, you're in Spain, there's so much to see. You
Yeah,
should holiday in Spain because we've seen the town, we've seen, Barcelona,
right.
Valencia, Madrid, we've done all that sort of stuff, but we haven't done Seville and all that, all those beautiful places. So
Yeah.
it's on the bucket list with either a motorhome or a Harley.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, speaking of Harley, I saw the I'm gonna say Bishop Garage, Bishop
Yes,
Garage.
yes, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Now, is that a thing for you? Are you actively doing that?
No, I did it for 2 years because we were originally on Sky TV with it. It went out literally every day with reruns, um, and it was one of those things that the guy that runs it, he lives here as well,
Okay.
and he just phoned me up because I do a lot of I've done a lot of TV work. I've done a lot of stage work. Obviously, people know me from radio and my bands here as well.
Right.
And he said, "Oh, do you fancy doing this?" And it was one of those things where I knew nothing about, even though I do ride bikes, I knew nothing about the ins and outs of, you know, street glide and all this sort of stuff with Harley
Right.
Davidson. I'm going like, but then obviously, so what I used to do, they would send me all the videos so I could look it up and learn about it and actually get into it. And we did it for 2 years. It was great. They did ask me to carry on, but when it sort of Sky didn't take it back, and they weren't going to they weren't that involved in it. I said, I've done it. It's there.
Yeah.
It was great fun. So
Yeah.
yeah, we don't do it anymore. Yeah,
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Yeah. It's a very, very cool thing.
yeah. We're looking at doing something similar. When we get to America, we're hoping to at some point next year do a tour. We're going to call it bands, bikes, and cars, and we're looking at doing it ourselves. So we'll perform on stage, pick a local band to come perform with us, find a garage that's doing a car up or a bike up, and just doing a little something
Yeah.
short on that. So it's a concept we're actually looking at to expand ourselves with aliens. So yeah,
That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, and man, I hope you get the tour because I get a lot of stuff hit my desk here,
yeah,
and I try to touch on each thing, and I can kind of tell what's going to fit my demographic and
of
things like
course.
that, and what is my speed and all of that. Yours hit the desk, and immediately I noticed the name.
Yes,
Aliens Don't Ring Doorbells, all one word, all
yes,
lowercase. It was just really unusual. And I thought, well, it's a little bit silly, I guess, but I got to hear this. I'm really
yeah,
curious.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I
just,
mean, it
yeah,
was it was strange with the name. We went for we had the name obviously, and then it just came about as using it as one word with a lowercase. It
mhm,
just didn't look right with having a capital A. I don't,
yeah,
it's a very simple thing, but yeah, and like everyone says, my explanation of it is like you look at any name, like imagine when the Rolling Stones started, they went and said we've got a great name for a band. I said, what is it? Rolling Stone, and they'll go, oh, shit. Until it evolves and it equates to something, you can look at it and go, but now it's a great name. But
yeah,
initially, yeah, now everyone knows the name. And the good thing about it is no one's ever used it before. So you go in Google, we saturate it, which is
yep.
great.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But and I'm listening to the stuff, and it's one of the best pop records I've heard maybe ever. I absolutely love this record. I can't get it out of my head. It's playing right now. I mean, it's
Right.
just it's infectious completely. But when I think about these songs now, that brand with that lowercase and all one word,
Yeah.
that shines in my head. You know, it really
Yeah.
does. You know, when I associate the music with the band, I associate it with that one line, almost like a hashtag.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a brand. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with the music lyrics. I mean, I wrote most of the lyrics, but and I did write them with the point of just trying to get them stuck in the head. I've got a friend of mine who's in a big '70s band in London, and I haven't spoken to him for years. And he messaged me last week. He said, "I can't get that bloody song out of my head."
Yeah.
I went, perfect.
Yep. Yep. And there's songs like that, you had your Culture Club in the 80s and Karma Chameleon
Yeah.
played in my head too. But this is different. This is it's not schlocky. It's where, nothing against Culture Club, and they had great
No,
music.
no, of course not.
Uh,
Yeah.
but kind of just a pop schlocky kind of thing, where this is seriously well written, well crafted, thought out by real musicians, solid music.
Yeah.
So much of it, and you do so many things on this record. uh it's crazy how your styles change throughout the record. Did you
Yeah. Yeah.
ever think, like, I turned somebody onto the record the other day,
Uh-huh.
and they heard Story, and they
Yep.
actually said they had a tear in their eye because they watched the lyric video first, and then
Right. Oh, so yeah.
yeah, so it really had a big impact on him. And then he reached for Consummation, and I thought
Right.
to myself, uh-oh,
Two,
I'm like, because that's a lot different. It is,
yeah, two extremes. Yeah.
yeah. So somebody who likes Story
Yep.
um is gonna get a different view of the band when they go to Consummation. Did you have any fear of that kind of thing by putting that kind of song, or like Daddy's Blues
Yeah.
on the album, because they're so different? Was there any
Yes.
apprehension with that?
No, I mean, we get asked this question a lot. I mean, Story was like, we wanted to create emotion, firstly because of the lyrics. Dorian wrote that song. I chipped in on the chorus. That's my little catchy bit.
Mm,
And the video is very, like, say, when you say your friend saw the lyric video first, and then you see the actual the cinematographic video. It's got a great storyline to it.
hmm
Consummation is something that literally came to me completely. The whole song, the lyrics and the melody came to me in about 10 minutes for some bizarre reason. And so I got off with the guys, and they, then we produced the guitar sound, the licks, all the music. So we made that together. Um, we never consciously went, oh, let's make different music. It was like, it was an input from all of us on all the tracks. Daddy Blues, for instance, when people hear it, there's that great rap in the middle by Lex Luthor
Right.
that you wouldn't expect in a blues song. So
Nope.
we went, and my answer basically to that question is, my very first album I ever had from my parents was Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel.
Yes.
And it's a completely eclectic mix of music, including them doing a live version of Bye Bye Love by the Everly Brothers.
hmm
But it's them because of the sound. And I think our album's the same. We didn't consciously go, right, let's write a blues song, let's write a rock song, let's write a ballad, let's write a pop song. We just wrote music, and we went, right, all those songs are what we want to put on the album. And it just worked. And people know it's us because you've got the distinct guitar sound, which Jordan, with, yes, like an aux box he recorded through. Christian, great keyboard player. And hopefully, my vocals are quite distinctive as well.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, it wasn't a conscious decision at all. It was something we created, and it came out of all of us, which was so cool.
Yeah. Oh, it is. And that's one thing I really love about the record. Now, I just thought to myself that, this people aren't always open to different kind of styles like that.
Mm.
But you guys make it work. Somehow it works on this album. I heard Consummation. First song I heard is It's Your Night. And that
Right,
just,
that's
oh,
one of that's the first song that Christian and I wrote. Well, it was scratched, the bits of it together, and it's my family, most of the family, my wife, my children, it's their favourite song. It's a lyric I wrote a couple of years ago, and it's just, yeah, it's a very melodic song. I think there's a lot of instrumentation, especially towards the end. It really builds up. So
yeah.
again, it's a different song compared to the others.
Oh yeah. And it blew me away. I wanted to go for a night drive with the top down and the
Yes.
wind in my hair. It was just so gorgeous. And I thought, this will never leave me. This is, it's a life-changing kind of thing where I can't imagine not having this song. And then
Oh, cool.
it's so, all of these songs are just so gorgeous. But then I went to Consummation and I thought,
Yeah.
okay, what kind of band is this,
Yeah.
and it worked. It just worked,
Yeah.
especially as an opening track.
Yeah, it's basically it's you can read it in so many different ways. The song is about the basis of it is about going out and being a little bit naughty and over enjoying yourself, and then you realizing you can't carry on like this, and your friends telling you can't go on like this. And also it works in the other way where it's the words change. You're consumed with what you assume and what you assumed. So it's like people are getting paranoid, thinking, "Did I say that? Did they say that?" Or
Right.
so I worked it in both ways. And I went to the guy and said, I want a real Black Keys, Kasabian type guitar riff for this song. And the guys we all sat together, and they came up with the music for it, and it just worked perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, everything you can tell on this record, and everything is really well crafted. One of the main things that I love are the little nuances, like the slide into "It's Your Night." There's like a little bass slide. It's a half a second, quarter of a second.
Yes.
The first note of the song makes all the difference in the world to me.
Oh, completely. Yeah. I'm really pleased. Those are the sort of things that we put in, and which obviously that came from our producers, the wonderful Jeff Kanan, who worked at Westlake Studios. All these little bits, we all work together and let's put this little bit in, this little bit in, and this bit. It's like with Daylight, the new single. It's got it streams out with just the keyboards playing out very melodically.
Yep.
But it's great that people notice that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now you come, I would say that you present Aliens Don't Ring Doorbells as Adam King, Dorian Foyle, and Christian Pearl. Now it's a
Yes.
three-piece.
It's a three-piece is the mainstay of the band, but good friends of Dorian, now good friends of ours, which is Kevin Dean on drums and Earl on bass, Earl Forbes on bass, who are both from the Bahamas. They came and did all the scratch tracks when we first started putting the idea together with us. They're on the album. They recorded it. They're going to be touring with us, but also we are looking at a different rhythm section for the second album.
Okay.
And maybe if we tour in Europe, we might use a different rhythm section. Well, Kevin and Earl, they're fantastic and brilliant musicians. But again, we want to do something different and have a different sound. It's the mainstay of us three, but let's mix it up a little bit. If you go to Japan, for instance, let's get some Japanese musicians in. Let's do something different. We've got people who play in. We've got a local band here in Spain. We do a lot of covers and stuff, which we've been doing for a long time as Residency. We're going to use some of the guys as well on that. But for the main recording, we'll probably stick with Kevin and Earl because they're great and they know the music and they created it with us. But with the touring side of it, I think we're going to mix it up. Give the audience a bit more, give the fans a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
Other faces to look at. They get bored of ours.
I love that. It's and when I saw as a three-piece without the rhythm section, I thought it's really interesting, that presentation, just because it feels family. It feels like this is the core group. You
Yes.
guys create this stuff together, and it's
Yeah.
not just about musicianship. It was about friendship and family. It seems like too.
Yeah, I mean, but well, it's like, I've known Christian for a long time. We played together in bands here, and Dorian came along and moved to Spain, and we needed a new guitarist, and we met up and we became friends. And it's one of those things, I remember watching a documentary years ago about I can't remember if it's the Rolling Stones or the Beatles, and they went to some chalet in France, and I think like the Rolling Stones turned up and David Bowie turned up, and they all jammed and did this album. I can't remember what it was, and they got on together. But the reason they went away was to see how they got on, and we did the same thing when we went to the Bahamas for the first time after coming up with the idea, the Dorian's villa there. It was like, well, let's get together for a week first and just make sure we get along and we can do this, because you've got to make sure there's some sort of connection with you if you're locked into a house together for a week and writing stuff. And and it did. We all have different traits, different personalities. We all know how to work each other, and you learn stuff. Whose temperament is what and what not to say. and also we're not kids anymore. We're older. And you have a bit more tolerance, I think, when you're older, because people can't be changed and people have their ways, set in their ways. So you go with it. When you're younger, you think, no, this is me. This is what I want. I don't care about anybody else.
Yep.
So that helps as well.
Totally. Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about that. You're not a 19-year-old kid releasing your debut album.
Even though I look it, come on.
24, maybe 25.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Scott.
But you've done, why a debut album now? What is your musical history?
But me personally, I'm from Liverpool originally. And I grew up with it in the 60s with my parents, who were a duo in the 60s, playing all the clubs and things. I started off in musical theatre, and then I went on to be an entertainer in what they call Butlins in Blackpool in England. And from there, I became a solo act. I did a lot of working men's clubs, traveling. I've done all my homework. I've done all my I've worked very hard, every night, traveling all around the country, singing to brand new audiences every single night.
Wow.
I've done the cruise ships. I've done the West End. And for the past 15 years, I've just been here playing in a band. Every week. It's my job. That's what I do for a living. Is the front man and singer. Same as with Dorian, though. He's been an investment banker. But his love and passion is music. He's a great saxophonist as well. Loves his guitars. I think his collection's up to about 50 guitars at the moment. The man is just obsessed with buying guitars. It's crazy. And Christian, he's got a YouTube channel which he does piano tutorials on, and he's just a wonderful, wonderful keyboard player. His dad was a musician as well, so he grew up with it. So we've all done it most of our lives. I mean, for me, it's been my passion. It's been my job. It's what I've always done. So, and I don't think you can ever put a date or a time on it. It's just this situation occurred. This fate meeting occurred between me, Dorian, and Christian. He came here from the Bahamas to join a band in Spain. So somebody put us together, really, and then the idea sort of came upon us. And we went, yeah, let's do it. Why shouldn't we?
Absolutely.
You get people say, oh, you should be leaving it for the people that win the X Factor and all this. And I'm going like, who? What?
Man, really, this record is, it's a blessing to have it. It really, really is.
Thank you.
I want everybody to hear this record. They have to hear this record. It's just so good.
We put a lot of time into it, and lyrics, the music. We had a lot of help, like with "Slipping Away," which is just my favourite track as well. We had Dan Konopka from OK Go, fantastic band.
Yeah.
Jose Alcantar, who does all the music for one of the America's Got Talent, I think. I'm not sure. He came and jumped in and got involved in it as well. We had some great input, and Jeff was just an amazing guy, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Now, he's done work with Kelly Clarkson, Madonna, and whole
Yeah.
bunch of huge
Aliens don't ring doorbells.
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. What kind of a producer is he now? I mean, is he the guy who, you know, is basically recording and making you sound good, or is he a guy that will say, we need another verse here, we need another chorus, I want you to move this here and that there,
Yeah.
let's try everything? uh
He was very laid back. You know, he used to say, yeah, whatever, it's your music.
okay.
But he would get involved though. He would, you know. I remember walking in there one day after we did a gig in the Marquee in Denver, um, for charity whilst we were recording the album, and I went in. And I thought, you know, yeah, I'm ready, and I started singing. And he went, no, no, Adam, let's do it later. I thought it was great. He said, no, it's not quite right. And he would suggest different ways of singing something, or different, like you say, he would suggest different structures on some of the songs as well. And he would say, if you don't take my voice, it doesn't matter. It's your song, but I'm just. He was so laid back and so cool with it,
Oh,
and obviously he mixed it all and did different versions of it. He was a great guy to work with, great work for. Really appreciate his input, and he just made us feel at ease as well. You know, because it was quite intense. We did it all in 3 weeks, the whole album. We was in there every day till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Um, but yeah, he did input where he wanted to, and he would suggest stuff, and he'd go, like, let's re-record that again, let's do that again. So, and you listen to him. He wasn't, the way he did it. You wanted him to say something. You wanted to get his approval as well, because he's got the experience, like you said. So
yeah, I mean, and that's so important, I think, in the studio, is for the band to be comfortable and create their art, instead of
yes,
the producer's art. uh and input's one thing, but taking over is a whole other thing. And
no, yeah, completely. I mean, we're looking, we're working on the second album already, and we'll probably do a little bit of work with Jeff on that. We're looking at even getting some songwriters in this time as well, not because we don't think we're good enough, but again, we want to say that let's mix it up a little bit. Let's do something different. We're doing everything we can. We want to achieve everything we can, because we're none of us are getting any younger. So we just want to get on with it and just change, mix it up and change it and do what we want to do. And say, yeah, people say, give us advice to musicians, and I say, just be truthful to what you want to do and your music and your words, and sing what you want to sing from the heart, write something from the heart. Don't make sure, if it means something to you, you're then going to portray that on stage, and then the audience are going to feel that they're going to, that you're going to suck them in with you, and everyone's going to enjoy it even more.
yeah, and this album does that. I can't help but listen to Story and just stretch out my arms and feel like I'm on top of that mountain. I mean, it's just
It was a trek. That was 2 o'clock in the morning. We had to walk to the top of that mountain.
wow.
but what a great video. I mean, it
Uh,
was, yeah, the experience of that, because they wanted to get the mist in the background that looked like sort of water on it, but that was like a town underneath them. It was incredible, and it was a great mountain to be on top of.
Yep. And the song just fits that feeling. I
Yeah.
listen to it and it's just so uplifting, and that chorus is just so booming.
Mm.
Just a gorgeous, gorgeous song.
Victor, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, Victor, the producer, we gave him the song, and he came up with the concept of the videos. He went and listened to it and said, I've got this picture in my mind. So we went along with it completely and said, right, Victor, you're the guy. You tell us where to be, what to do, and we'll do it. And that's what he came up with. And we've won 2 awards for it already. It's
Yeah.
up for 3 other awards. So it's proven its point that he's a very talented producer, and and a wonderful song.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And you guys have done what, 6 videos out for this record?
Yeah, we're doing a video for every song. We've decided, it's costing a bit of money, but again, we want to do it. So we want to give the fans something. There's lyric videos out there, like Blind to See. A couple of weeks ago was a lyric video. Daylight, which came out on Friday, we had that done in Manchester, by a wonderful company, Sitcon Soldiers. But we did our bits, because that's the only video we couldn't do. Because all the other videos, Slipping Away video was in a club in Ukraine. We did it in January.
Right.
So that was before all this COVID happened. So we had 100 casts in there. We filmed it all. It was we did that all in one day as well. Consummation video, that's basically from the stage in the Marquee in Denver, and then mixing up with us being in the studio, in the Keep, Jeff's studio.
Mm-hmm.
So the story obviously was last year we did. So we were very lucky. We had a lot of videos already done.
Yeah.
But Daylight, Sitcom Soldiers, what we did, we've got a studio here in Spain. So we went downstairs and we set it up. So we did all our individual bits that were played on the screen. So
Yeah.
we're in the video, but we're not in it, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's all we could do because of this pandemic that's destroying everything at the moment. So
yeah,
we did the best we could, and what a wonderful video it is. I mean, all the videos are on our YouTube channel, Aliens Don't Doorbells, and they're all on there. We've got the making of story, the making of Slipping Away comes out next week as well.
Oh, excellent.
So we're trying to release something every single week, at least up till January. So, and we've got a lot of stuff in the bank. So
yeah, it's great that you guys are pushing it that much, and because like I say, everybody should hear this. It's really really great. Yeah, the video part of it is really important nowadays, isn't it? To get that out just as much as radio or your stream.
Without a doubt. I mean, people, they, especially with a new band, they want to see who you are and what you're about as well. Obviously, the first 3 videos were of us, and then Blind to See is a lyric video. There's going to be other lyric videos coming out, but it's our vision as well. Like I think you summed it up with like you said with story. You can imagine being on that hill, on that mountain. We want to try and portray the songs through that visual aid as well. And yeah, it's really important at the moment because we can't get out and portray it on stage. So it's helping us massively.
Yeah. The writing process, writing songs.
Yeah.
What comes first? Do you guys think of the melody or the chorus, or is it different for every song? Or somebody come in with a riff? How do these songs basically work together?
Well, yeah, I mean, I could probably go through. Story was laid on the table pretty much there by Dorian, apart from the chorus and obviously all the music instrumentation around it. So we did that when we was in the Bahamas. Consummation, the lyric and the melody popped into my head, so that went down. The songs, that Christian's written as well, that he would come up with, like Missing Pieces, he did that song and the melody. It's Your Night, I wrote the lyrics for last year, and then he came up with a piece of music, and the melody idea I had fitted into the music he wrote, not even for that song. This Is Me, we sat there and came up with it.
Another song that's very different, that anthemic kind of almost.
That's Christian's input. So that the music for that one came first. It's Your Night. We sat in a room, me and Christian, and came up with it in that few hours. Daddy Blues, Dorian wrote the melody and the guitar bit and the words. So every single song was completely different. It started from either a guitar or just a melody or just lyrics. So there was nothing set in stone. The way I do it is I've always got my phone on me, and if any words come into my head, I think it could be a great lyric, I record it. If a melody comes into my head, I will just sing complete nonsense, but I will sing the melody into the phone. So I've got it. And then I will sit down and piece it all together, or I'll sit with Christian and he'll get the keyboards out and we'll come up with something. Or he will come up with something and I will look at some of the lyrics I've written and we will chop them around a little bit to fit the melody line that he's come up with. So yeah, nothing set in stone, with Dorian, it's same, he, for the new album now, a couple of weeks ago, he phoned me up on WhatsApp video and went through 5 songs he's written on his guitar. So I've got this, I've done this. So so we'll have a listen to it and put a melody to it, or he will. Wow. So we haven't set anything down. Again, it's like we're saying about the whole album. It evolved. It's an evolution.
Yeah.
You know, we're the first aliens on this planet, giving us a voice. So we're evolving.
It's just awesome. It's really crazy how well it all comes together. And now your bass player and your drummer on the record, when were they given a chart to play, or was that just their take on the melody that you gave them?
It was there. We basically got together for a week, the very first week, when we just tried to see how we get on, like we were saying earlier, and we got them in and basically played them the songs, and we went through it step by step and came up with it there and then. You know, they came up with the bass line, they came up with the drum beat for it, you know, and we all suggested, like, oh, I think you could do that. I'm not a bass player, but I'll go, I want to hear or, you know, so it was a massive input. Obviously, they had the biggest input because they're the guys that play the instruments. Yeah. So they weren't charted or anything. It was just off the bat, listen to the music, right, I can hear this.
Yeah, and the you know, the bass lines are incredible. I mean,
yeah, I mean, Earl's fantastic. He's great. He's a big bohemian guy. He's very big personality. You know, he's just a great musician. A wonderful, wonderful man.
Really, really intuitive playing on the records. Like I said, you know, that I think it's a bass slide into right, and just
yes.
You know, slipping away has that cool little fill. That little lick in it, and you know, those kinds of things just expand everything for me. You know, I mean, listening to it, those are what make the songs really happen.
Yeah, I find myself playing air bass some of those little riffs that Earl put in there. You know, like you say, especially with the slide, right at the beginning,
yeah, it's just beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous, just really great.
I mean, that song in particular, Christian came up with the music, and then, you know, it was the first song we did, and I just sat there in the room and came up with the words and the melody for it. You know, but the music, like, it was there. You know, he's a great writer. We've written, you know, 2 or 3 songs already for the second album, which are hidden away in a little box at the moment, but getting ready to come out.
Man, that's cool. Now, are you? Do you have any schedule for that? You know,
Yes.
do you want to get that out in the next year?
Yeah, we're looking at being in the studio by April to record it. Wow. That's the plan. But obviously, it's at the moment, who knows? Who knows? We hope, fingers crossed, it's looking like we can be, you know, with the correct protocol in place and stuff. We've got a huge producer who we're talking to, which we can't say because it's not done yet. But it's someone we've been after for a while. Well, for the second album, we're looking at 3 producers. One guy from Europe, another guy, I can't say where, but the main guy do like 6 or 7 songs and then mix it up with other people. So we're very excited about it if this to fruition, which hopefully it would do. It looks like it will do. They've heard our music, they're interested. It's going to be a great little story on its own.
Yeah, I can't imagine any producer hearing the record at least and saying no. It's
that's really nice. That's really nice of you to say. I really appreciate that. It's lovely. Thank you.
And I appreciate the music. Like I said, I can't imagine life without it now. It really is. It's fantastic. It's so.
I've got it here somewhere. One second.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
Right, look, this is what I have.
Oh, yeah.
Right, if I can swap this around, there we go. Now, so we've got this. We've got the poster inside. We've got a wonderful booklet as well, which has got all the lyrics in. There's a beautiful picture from Story there on top of the mountain.
It sure is. And all those lyrics.
All the lyrics, all about us, and the best bit. The best bit. Are you ready for this, Scott? Look
at that. Yeah. The spaceship has landed with the
it looks like a UFO, doesn't it, on its own?
That's gorgeous. It's gorgeous in every way, man.
Yeah, what we'll do, I will get. Have you got a CD? You've got a CD of the album. You got the proper CD or the demo version?
I don't. I have a download of it.
Well, I will get Amanda to send you a CD because it's got all the booklet and everything in here as well. I'll get her to send you one.
Oh, that'd be
Okay?
great. That would be
Yeah,
absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
not a problem. I mean, it's got all our biography and everything, and the lyrics, everything. We've gone a bit old school, like putting a poster in there and stuff. But again, you know, we want people to get this and go, I've got a really nice product, you know, and
Yes.
enjoy the album. Because,
Yes.
you know, people are playing vinyl. They outsold CDs by I don't know how much, you know, last year.
Yep.
My daughter, who's 17, she loves vinyl.
Yeah. See,
So
that's
we've got a
great.
record player at home. And you know, that's why we've released so many hits off the album, because, you know, as you know, people used to just buy albums and play the whole album. You
Mhm.
never bought a single and played one single. You know, like my
Nope.
first album I bought was Rumours, Fleetwood Mac. You'd sit there and you'd listen to every song.
Yep.
You know, so we've gone back to vinyl. People are going to get this, and hopefully they're going to sit there and put it on and play it start to finish.
Yeah, because it's obviously you guys, like I say, the whole thing is well crafted, including the sequencing. You know,
Yes.
opening with Consummation, it's just a in-your-face rocker, and then
That
you know,
That's it. Yeah, we want it to be in your face. Like it's the first
yeah,
song, open the door, straight onto bat. What can we do? Well, let's grab them with Consummation. It's in your face. It's a great rock song.
well,
You know,
and
and
then
then
it starts to, you know, ease a little bit and get into more melodic, and then it goes, you know,
yeah,
it takes you to the blues, and it's just got these peaks and valleys, and that's what a record should be, you know, really.
exactly. It's like if you do a production show. My wife does production shows. Um, you have to have you have to have your build it up. Then you've got to come down a little bit. You've got to
Mhm.
create that emotion through the whole all the way along. So which we've hopefully, you know, we did structure it and then put "This Is Me" at the end, which is a very anthemic
Mhm.
singing along. We want the audience to be going whoa whoa at
Yeah,
the end. So yeah, we did think about the order so that, you know, yeah,
yeah, oh,
it's nice
absolutely.
that it's noticed.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, I hear "This Is Me" in the end, and I'm thinking, "Uh-oh, we're at the end." You know, it's a finality. You know, and it's
Yeah.
you know, I get ready to play it over again. You know, I can't stop listening to this record. It's just,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
brilliant. I
all the
love
way
it.
through. You know, it's all
Do
the
you know
way
what?
through.
I don't think it's narcissistic. I sit and listen to it. I put it on in the car.
Hmm.
You know, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy listening to it. You know,
Yes.
people might think, wait, what, you sit there and listen to your own music? I say, yeah, it's great music. I sing along to it when I can remember the words, even though I wrote them.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you've got
It,
a new album in your head now too. You know, you've got
yeah,
new songs.
it's very strange. You know, some of the songs that other people have written the lyric to, I remember them, but the songs that I wrote the lyrics to, even though I wrote the lyrics, I really struggle remembering them. It's a really weird concept.
I guess it is, you know, and I see a lot of artists that have teleprompters, you know, especially, you know,
Yeah,
veteran groups. You know, I know Ozzy had it when they did the Sabbath reunion, and I see,
really. Wow.
yeah, I see it more and more.
Yeah.
So you know, that's, and you know,
It,
it's
it could be
it's
an age.
hard
It
to
could be an age thing as well. I suppose. You know,
do. Maybe.
my memory's gone a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, I thank you. I thank you for these songs. These are wonderful, wonderful songs, and you know, I'm looking forward to more. You know, and it's
Well,
great to hear
there's
that.
gonna be more. Yeah, we're gonna release like not release, but, you know, on video. We might do like a home recording of Story. It's Your Night. We've got a couple of covers we've done, like Whistle for the Choir by the Fratellis, one of my favourite bands. We might put them out on YouTube and things as well, just to give, you know, something different. We're looking at releasing. We're talking about releasing a cover as well, maybe in January or February, just to show people what we do on
Yeah,
that side of things as well, just to mix it up a little bit again. You know, we're looking for every opportunity just to, you know, we are performers. We want to be on stage. It's what we do. It's what we love doing.
yeah.
You know, and we want to get out there and meet people and get them to enjoy our music. You know, everything is on our website, aliensdontringdoorbells.com. Easy to remember. Everything's there.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you're gonna come visit me when this whole COVID thing is over? Are you planning to tour?
we are planning to talk. We are planning to come out. We'd love to come in and see you and have a chat in the studio. We spoke to some other people as well that are looking forward to coming to America. And as soon as we can get over there and do something, all of you guys that have supported us by helping us and interviewing us and letting us come onto your station and on your radio shows, we really appreciate it. So we want to come into the studios and do something we can personally, so we can all have a bit of fun.
That would be great. That would be great, man. I can't wait to shake your hand unmasked and enjoy
Yes.
this world the way we should be enjoying it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Adam, thank you so much for your time today.
It's been a pleasure, Scott. Thank you,
man. And stay safe out there, and everybody, how is Spain right now? I mean, are you locked down, or how are things going with?
We've got like, I don't know what you call it really, not lockdown, but we've got to be off the streets, curfew by midnight.
Wow.
All the some areas have restaurants shut. Only just again for the last sort of week or so. I think they open next week. Where we are, it's very low. It's very low indeed. Apart from the curfew, everybody's still open as normal. There's not a lot of people here with it, so touch wood, we've been quite lucky here. And hopefully, it's on the spiral is going the right way now. So they've come up with all these vaccines now, and we'll see. We're quite. I mean, it's very open here. Weather's still nice during the day, so that a lot of that helps. There's a lot of fresh air around,
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. Well. Hopefully we'll be doing the same and getting on the right side of that curve.
I'm sure we will. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right. Thank you so much, Adam. Again.
Thank you.
Thank you for the music. Thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll see each other down the road for sure.
I look forward to it, Scott. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.